Welcome back and welcome to Wednesday's show, the Wednesday before Christmas, this 20th day of December. Thank you for spending a little piece of it with me tonight. We'll wrap up coverage of a large number of indictments out of Johnson County, a large number also out of those related to a roundup by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department and others to follow up on, as well as a lot of other news and information, a glimpse into just a few of the big items in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. I have a host of other news and information as well, including a brief coverage of last night's Pagapa County Fiscal Court meeting. The list goes on. We will go straight to headlines just after a couple of words. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Platinum Award-winning singer-songwriter Chris Janson is coming to the MAC, and he'll be playing hits such as Buy Me a Boat.
But it can buy me a boat. It can buy me a truck to pull.
Fix a Drink.
But I can fix a drink.
And one of his most recent hits, Good Vibes.
I'm getting them good vibes. I'm living this good life.
Get your tickets now. Call 1-888-MAC-ARTS, stop by the People's Bank box office, or visit macarts.com.
I got me a full cup.
Appalachian Wireless has extended this sale through Christmas Eve. Save up to $850 off select devices. They're going to tech the halls with the latest and greatest devices with no activation fee and up to $850 off. Hop in your sleigh and go to your favorite Appalachian Wireless location or visit AppalachianWireless.com for complete details on getting up to $850 off the latest and greatest devices. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Terms and conditions apply. See AppalachianWireless.com for complete details.
I was unable to get very many new details on the three indictments that I was able to report on last evening. I did find out that the indictment returned against Ariel Davis of River for sexual abuse in the first degree related to a juvenile that she was considered to be a person of special trust over, that she forced to some sort of sexual contact. She was issued a summons and a court date and was not issued an arrest warrant pertaining to that indictment, but indicted nonetheless on sexual abuse in the first degree. Also named in indictments late last week was a former Johnson County Schools teacher who is no longer with the system, who as well was also given a court date and a summons to appear in court and be arraigned formally on January the 26th in Johnson County Court, is Kevin B. Conley of East Point, who was indicted for unlawful use of electronic means originating or received within Kentucky to induce a minor to engage in sexual or other prohibited acts. This investigation, as I understand, centers around messages and or videos that he either sent and or received related to students at the school, a student or students at Johnson Central High School. Again, he was issued a court date to appear for formal arraignment as well on January the 26th, 9 o'clock in Johnson County Court. The last of the three indictments that I had limited information on last night was that in the name of Travis Mollett of Paintsville, who was indicted on a charge of manslaughter in the second degree for wantonly causing the death of Gray Mollett, his little 2-year-old son, by placing or leaving a loaded unsecured firearm within the reach of the child, who fatally shot himself back in September of this year. Vicki Hudson of Paintsville was indicted on a charge of assault in the second degree for assaulting another female on or around November the 5th, just a number of weeks ago. Billy D. Warner of East Point was indicted for fleeing and evading police in the first degree, 3 counts of wanton endangerment in the first degree, assault in the third of a police officer, operating motor vehicle under the influence, and no driver's license, and resisting arrest. Donald Hackworth of Hager Hill was indicted for trafficking in the first degree, for trafficking in fentanyl, and trafficking in the first degree methamphetamine. He was found to be in possession of a quantity of both with the intent to distribute by Kentucky State Police, who brought the case before the grand jury. He was ordered held on a $10,000 cash bond. And Hackworth was also named in another indictment for aggravated trafficking in a controlled substance in the first degree. This for being arrested with over 36 or around 36 grams of fentanyl, for which he was intending to traffic. On that indictment, he was ordered held on a $20,000 cash bond. Justin Best of Hager Hill was indicted for trafficking in methamphetamine complicity and being a persistent felony offender in the first degree, said to be complicit with Michelle Collins after being in possession of more than 2 grams of meth, totaling 7 upon the initial investigation. Michelle Collins is well named in a separate indictment for complicity in trafficking methamphetamine. Christopher Borders of Mealy was named in 3 separate indictments, all very similar, all for charges in trafficking in the first degree, first offense or greater, for being in possession of, on all 3 occasions, approximately 25 doses of oxycodone, but on 2 occasions in March and 1 in April of this year, arrested by police and subsequently indicted for all 3 occasions. Samantha Lee Fife Gerald of Louisa indicted for trafficking in a controlled substance, methamphetamine, being in possession of more than 2 grams, almost 4 in totality, and being a persistent felony offender for 2 prior felonies on her record. And this, of course, another felony, which will result in her possibly facing much more serious jail time as a result. James D. Daniels of Flat Gap indicted for trafficking in a controlled substance, that controlled substance being fentanyl, ordered held on a $10,000 bond. A Sagersville man named in 2 indictments, William C. Hilton of Sagersville, indicted for trafficking in fentanyl, trafficking in methamphetamine, and being a persistent felony offender in the first for at least 2 prior felonies on his record. The second indictment in his name is for trafficking in methamphetamine over 2 grams, almost 20 grams in his possession at the time, said authorities, and being a persistent felony offender again in the second degree. Danielle Robertson of Hager Hill indicted for trafficking in methamphetamine, almost 21 grams in her possession on February the 2nd of last year, and being a persistent felony offender in the second degree. Stephen Hatton of Paintsville indicted for trafficking in methamphetamine and being a persistent felony offender in the second degree. Tyler Trombley of Paintsville indicted for trafficking in methamphetamine, almost 20 grams on January the 25th, and being a persistent felony offender in the first, as well named in a separate indictment for events around January the 10th, in possession of with the intent to traffic methamphetamine over 2 grams, some 37 grams in totality, and being a persistent felony offender in the first degree. And Tyler Smith Poe, trafficking in methamphetamine, 28 grams, or roundabout on July the 6th. And lastly, Raymond Kevin Roman, trafficking in methamphetamine, second or subsequent offense, and being a persistent felony offender in the second degree. Other indictments included those in the name of Philip Mahan of Flat Gap, indicted for trafficking in a controlled substance, that being methamphetamine, and being a persistent felony offender in the second. Michael Meeks of Flat Gap, indicted for possession of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, resisting arrest, and menacing, as well as the grand jury returning an indictment in the name of Alexander R. Janes of Paintsville for possession of meth, drug paraphernalia, driving on a DUI, suspended license, failure to wear seatbelt, and speeding 15 miles an hour at least over the speed limit. And the last few of the indictments include an indictment in the name of James A. Blair of Paintsville for possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, terroristic threatening in the third degree, resisting arrest, being a persistent felony offender in the second degree. I'll be right back. Shopping this holiday season just got easier and safer at Salyersville National Bank with Apple Pay and Google Pay available on your Salyersville National Bank debit card. So you can shop and pay from your phone or device wherever you are and have more time to do those special things this Christmas. And when you need more than online and digital banking services, both locations are here for you. The main bank, Monday through Friday, 9 until 3, lobby and drive-through, and the branch bank open Monday from 9 until 5 and Saturdays 9 until noon. Merry Christmas from Salyersville National Bank. And we have birthday wishes tonight. Happy 79th birthday, Bonnie B. Bonnie Beardsley, happy birthday. I think your birthday is today or tomorrow. I'm not quite for certain. I've got it listed here twice. Nevertheless, let's make sure we get it right. Happy 79th birthday, Bonnie Beardsley. From the kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, Lloyd and all the family wants to wish you the happiest of birthdays. Happy birthday to you. McGoffin County Retired Teachers has a meeting set for tomorrow in the morning at 11 o'clock at the McGoffin County Public Library. This is again for all McGoffin County Retired Teachers. Your organizational meeting will be held tomorrow in the morning at 11 a.m. Got some good news for you. Won't be quite as chilly at 11 a.m. in the morning as it was this morning. Just saying, if you need a little encouragement. Commodities tomorrow. And when Marlene sends me these weekly messages, you can tell just, the way it's worded sometimes, how bad they always need help. It's always short. Let's say you're wanting to do something special for someone for Christmas. Maybe, not being able to purchase something for someone is, money's a problem or an issue, or you haven't found some way to give of yourself and you would like to do something. Take a little bit of time tomorrow, a few hours, a couple of hours. Go to the Senior Citizen Center tomorrow, 11 till 2, and help them distribute commodities. Great gift, I promise. They need volunteers and help tomorrow, 11 till 2. Parents got any kids home from school tomorrow? Send them now. Water into Wine Food Pantry has, of course, tomorrow their senior commodity day. Today was their regular commodity day and the last for the year. Tomorrow, their senior commodity day at Water into Wine at the Lakefront Church of God. We wish to thank all those folks for the wonderful job that they do. Marlene and everyone at the Senior Citizen Center, everyone at Water into Wine, they put so much work into helping our seniors and other such important members of our community. Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you all. Your News Today. There's the PO, the phone, the fax, the email, the Facebook, and everything you need to know to get announcements on the show. To have them printed in the Independent, there's Heather's email at the bottom of the page. Funeral service announcements are next here in McGoffin County. First off, 70-year-old Carolyn Sue Bailey Hackworth of R.C. Arnottsburg and Sagersville passed away Monday, survived by her husband Roger, sons Michael and Jamie and Scotty Hackworth, her sisters Sarah Edler and Betty Marshall, brothers Larry and Saul Bailey, and 6 grandkids and 3 great-grandchildren. Services for Carolyn Sue are going to be held this Friday morning at 11 from the Sagersville Funeral Home. The family will welcome friends this evening and all day tomorrow for visitation. And Bill Henry Poe, 84, of Blaze Branch, passed away on Tuesday, yesterday. Son of the late Ned and Mary Ellen Hughes Poe, he survived by his wife Christine, daughters Regina Marie Goodman and Sandy K. Poe, 5 brothers, Leonard and Charles, Johnny Bruce, Isaac, and Peter Poe, and sisters Pauline Ousley and Dorothy Smith, and 3 grandchildren. Services in his honor will start Saturday at 1 from the Sagersville Church of Christ. Friends can visit the church tomorrow, 4 to 10, and all day Friday for visitation. The McGoffin County Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. In Johnson County, 55-year-old Terry Lynn Cantrell of Oil Springs passed away Monday at her home, survived by her husband Stevie Cantrell, 1 son, 2 brothers, and a sister and a grandson. Funeral services will be held Friday morning at 11 in the Jones Preston Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation Thursday after 5. And 40-year-old Andrea Kelly Baker of Paintsville passed away Monday. The daughter of the late Dennis Ray Cole and Catherine Kelly, she survived by her husband Doug Baker, 2 daughters, Alexis Tamara Baker and Erica Renee Baker, and 2 godchildren, Kaylee McKenzie and Dalton McKenzie, 3 sisters as well, and a brother. Per her request, no public services.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers. I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
It's one of Santa's favorite places to stop because he knows he can get something for everyone at the seasonal shop. From cute and cool festive tees and sweatshirts and gifts for all. From your favorites like Brewmate, like the Candleberry Company collection, sweet treats and the neat cups and mugs that they stay cozy in until they're gone. And with decorations that cover everything from cute to exquisite gingerbread houses, the willow tree signatures, the trees, the place setting, the personalized ornaments. And the 25 Days of Christmas is happening now every day until Christmas. Another brand or collection is 25% off. Look for the daily announcements on their Facebook page and look for great sales and a wonderful Christmas season at the seasonal shop. It's that time of year. It's going to happen. And it's going to happen again and again. The question is, have you even checked your tires lately? Don't find out the hard way. Whether it's just a coating or as intense as this, be prepared, be ready, be safe, and save with December deals like $200 off of Goodyear's and other special offers with 6 months no interest financing at Conley Tire in Staffordsville and conleytire.net.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot-related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics. Up next, coverage of the last regular session meeting of the Magoffin County Fiscal Court for the year of 2023. A lot of the meeting, as is customary with all local governmental meetings at this time of the year, just some standard operating procedure, last of the year, things to button down, cross some T's, dot some I's. One or a few comments that made by the judge, finding out or at least confirming what was thought for the past few weeks, that Magoffin County has gotten passed by this year officially now, that asphalt plants have closed, with getting a lot of roads resurfaced that were supposed to have been resurfaced earlier this year, with the judge already looking ahead to making arrangements to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again next year or thereafter.
We had the meeting on to adopt the contract with Blacktop. Weather just wasn't conducive to laying blacktop that next week, and the plants are closed. So hopefully, as soon as they open up this spring, we'll be top of the list. If not, we'll bid this out with some strings attached to whoever gets the bid. They're going to get it done.
Is this going to be a rebid?
We rebid it every year.
Every year?
Yeah, but hopefully Hinkle has assured us they're going to come out in the spring and get us took care of on these ones they missed. That's yet to be seen. If they don't, when we rebid it, like I said, we'll put timelines on it. That way, whoever bids it knows they got to get it done by a certain time.
But they don't have to rebid the roads they've already rebid.
If they don't get them done by June 30, we'll rebid them.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if they don't do them by June 30,
Yeah,
that's a whole new fiscal year, we'll rebid
Yep.
it. All right, as far as the holidays go, the courthouse will, and government services except for 911 and any emergency services will be closed on Friday, December 22nd. We'll be doing a county training and end of year celebration with our staff on Friday. The courthouse and all services closed Monday and Tuesday, which coincides with the state days off. And then we'll be Friday the 29th and Monday the 1st. However, on Friday the 29th, the clerk is going to be open, is that right? Because that's the last day before this shutdown for the computer system.
Exactly.
Okay. Any questions on that? And we'll get that, make sure you get that.
Another big addition to the Sagersville Independent tomorrow, just putting the final touches, remotely from other locations and across that wall on the other side of my studio in the same building, and maybe from elsewhere at the very moment. If you're catching the early show, here's what you can hope to read, and we hope that you will read in tomorrow's paper. Yes, indeed, in sports, more on Aiden Barnett's buzzer beater that I had here on the program. We've got some still shots to go along with it tomorrow, so it's another must-read. To no surprise, but many accolades still going to the Harold Whitaker Middle School archery program. Another big win. They're following the same path that they did last year in regards to a lot of successes. Read all about that tomorrow. And, of course, a lot of just boys and girls basketball updates, stats and wins and losses and the like. And it's all a must-read, and a lot of news is just, as always, you're not even going to see here. Between the paper and the show, we try to cover it all. In headlines tomorrow, more with Nancy Gibson that I spoke about earlier. She and I are still trying to get together for an interview, but on the Greatest Baker competition that she's a part of through Buddy the Baker. Remember, that Cake Boss show? Yeah, super cool story there, and you can vote for her. And how the city council was unable to pay all the waterworks bills during their regular session this week. Heather has a write-up on that. And how you're keeping your plate from now on. And that's your license plate for your vehicle. She outlines how the entire state of Kentucky and the Montgomery County Court Clerk's Office as well will be sending the plate home with you when you buy, sell, or trade, and it will stay with you and follow you instead of the car. Other news includes the sheriff's audit of 2022, a report on the Montgomery County Fiscal Court meeting, and the Rumpke garbage collection schedule. I don't even know that yet for the holidays. She has that in tomorrow's edition. And for entertainment, oh, is it going to be an entertaining paper this week? We have Christmas on the Farm, as was hosted over at Creekside Stitching and Feed last weekend. Another Throwback Thursday, brought to you by Grover Arnott, Attorney at Law. Santa letters from kindergarten students in 2011 who are now seniors in the Montgomery County High School. We had a lot of these last week. There were so many, we've got more of them. And Santa letters. One of my favorite, perhaps my favorite thing to ever read in the paper are Santa letters. You don't have to have a kid to have sent one of these letters in to enjoy this read. Oh, make sure you get one. It is going to be fun, fun, fun. Santa letters are always good. Now, let's take a few moments, as we always do. Sometimes we feel as though we have to, but it's not exciting, more of a duty than it is entertainment. But let's take a look at your Licking Valley RECC 7-day nonetheless. We're still looking at an upward trend temperature-wise and chances for showers following the same trajectory. 23 degrees tonight, not quite as bitterly cold as it was last night, but still a bitter cold morning ahead in the low 20s. Mostly clear skies, calm winds. Tomorrow we're going to bust the 50s, I do believe. Barely, but we're still going to break them. 51, partly sunny for your Thursday. Winds are going to be calm, so a nice day. And we'll be in the 30s tomorrow night for nighttime lows. That's an improvement. Sure, it's freezing, but it's better than 23 in the mid-teens or upper teens. Friday, warmer still, 55, taking us into the weekend of Christmas. 55, 38, your high, your low. Partly sunny, mostly cloudy, still dry all the way through Friday. And Saturday still looks to be mostly dry, at least. The window's kind of bouncing around just a bit, and right now we're going to put shower chances in the area of the weekend starting Saturday afternoon. Right now, only a 20% chance. Otherwise, partly sunny, mid-50s, and a decent first half of your Christmas weekend. And, of course, Christmas Eve is the latter half of the weekend. And those shower chances Saturday, the good thing is it's kind of short-lived. Afternoon through overnight, then gone. We see a break from any chance of showers, and it's still only 20%, mind you, through Christmas Eve and Eve. We'll see mostly sunny, 63 for Christmas Eve Sunday, and a dry Sunday nonetheless for much of it, or at least some of it. I think shower chances really start to, by late Sunday night, work their way back in. So I think Sunday might actually be dry and nice. all the way around Christmas Eve. It's during the overnight. Santa might have to put on a raincoat as shower chances do work their way into the forecast. Christmas Day, and as well, showers are likely. 60 to a 90% chance of showers Christmas Day. Still holding on to the low 60s at 62. 50 for the low Christmas night. Tuesday, a lot of folks are getting Tuesday off too. And for myself, we'll talk about it Tuesday. I'm not sure what's going to be demolition going on here at the studio, but I'm thinking there's going to be some. Nevertheless, 61 cloudy, showers 80%. Wednesday, 53, mostly cloudy, still a 60% chance of showers. And that's going to wrap it up. We've still got a few more days left this week, and I'm going to try to work a lot of that in. There's a chance that we'll be taking a look at the Christmas parade before week's end. I think Friday most certainly, but as I kind of alluded to last evening, entire programming schedule pretty much from this point through the first few days of the new year is going to be a little fluid. If you missed that last night, well, I'll kind of elaborate on it a little more detail later on down the road. As remodeling that looks as though it's going to take place beginning the day after Christmas looks to still be on schedule. With that said, I'll see you tomorrow for more of Your News Today. Good night, and thank you for being a part of this show.